Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. About 2 weeks ago, I made a video concerning my trip, sharing my experience of how I went to Nigeria to drop my mom after her visiting us for a couple of months, and that I came back without any issue with ICE. But I was talking based on my experience. Remember, what I shared was my experience. And that's all. Based on my experience, I felt they were lying. I may be wrong. And so I apologize if you felt like I was too sharp to judge. No, I'm really sorry that you felt that way. But I just wanted to listen to my arguments once again. Now, I took my time to go and read again. Listen to the news, those videos and so on, and I can still tell you that by my opinion, I think that they weren't telling us the truth. You see, my trip to Nigeria, I almost had heart attack, worried that I may get to Nigeria and not be able to come back. But I had to take my mom. There was no way I would let my mom travel to Nigeria alone at that age. No way. I was willing to stay back in Nigeria if they don't allow me back in. It was that bad. But I was afraid. And because I was afraid, I made up my mind that I was going to observe every detail. My eyes was just darting, pam, 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 just to see. And also being at alert. One of the first thing I did was to make sure, check through the website, review the rule, make sure that everything I'm supposed to do from my end, I had done it. And so I was like, okay, now we'll see. Thank God I went and came back, and I reported based on my personal opinion. But I'm going to share one typical example that triggered my reaction, really. Just this last week, there was a story about a woman who had been in the US, who has a green card for the past 50 years, detained by ICE. This was on the account of the niece. And that made headline in almost all the news agency, both locally and otherwise. People made a lot of videos out of it. And so I decided to really check. Now, if you look at the title, the caption, it was like, it's true. Hey, guys, it was not true. Yes, and I'm saying it again. It wasn't true. When you read deep, you begin to puncture the news. You will see that the caption was more of a clickbait. That's what many people want to read. We like bad news. I don't know why. So the issue here is that this particular person had a criminal record. She went through the full arm of legal protocol, and a judge sat on her case and proved that she embezzled money. And she was fined. And she paid the fine. So she had a record. If you have a record, it can't go. Your record is your record. Under normal days, people can overlook it. You're living your normal life. But that doesn't take away the record that you have. So her record is still there. Now, the other thing that they said, from what I read, is that they cannot ascertain when last she renewed her green card. How can you be living on a green card and you don't know you'll be renewing it? Even if you become a citizen and you get your passport expires and you renew. If you don't renew your passport, you can't travel with it. So why did you have to travel if you have issue? Let me tell you, even life and death reason is not enough to make you travel. Let the living there bury the dead. If you have issue, stay here, because you may go out and you may not be able to come back. In fact, as I'm talking now, if I have driving offense on my record, I will not leave USO. It is that bad. Now, the other thing I want to tell you here for free is that these laws are not new. I'm not an immigrant attorney, but I took my time to study. And I realized that these laws are there, old laws. It's just that this new government decided to implement it. So, nothing changed by their law. And I'm going to put the links on this video so that you can go and read for yourself. Don't take everything you see on the internet. Go and read. And if you're traveling, make sure you check the rule. There is always a rule. Follow it. I'm not saying that ICE will not make mistakes, border officers, or sometimes you get some of them being overzealous and doing some wrong stuff. Yeah, you meet them. They are human. It happens. And when you encounter such, trust me, all you need to do is stay calm. Pull your evidences and clear yourself. And they will apologize. Yeah. They will tell you sorry. You may decide to take the sorry. You can decide to take it to another level. But that's the truth. The problem is when you know you have an issue and you go and travel. Don't travel. And don't tell me you don't know you have an issue. Maybe you don't know the issue is still taken as serious as it is, like this woman. This is something that happened a very long time ago. If I check the record, I think it's in 2001, almost 25 years ago. So maybe she forgot, but that record was what triggered her issue. I mean, with immigrant attorney, she might be able to prove a case because she had lived a good life and all that. Even people she's working for had also come out to argue her case. It's okay. And I really pray that she will get out of that net. But I don't know why people want to live in the US. You don't renew. This niece also said they are not sure when last she renewed her green card. If you're living on green card, every 10 years, you should renew it. Even your passport, when you get your US passport or passport of any country, you renew it when it expires. If it expires, you don't renew it, then there's a problem. And that's the way it works. And so those were what made me feel. I read so much. I was really afraid. And after going and coming, in fact, I don't know if it took me up to a minute to finish with the border control officer when I came in. Just a few questions. Why did you go? When did you come back? And that's it. So, I just want to advise again. If you have to leave, if you have any record, as little as driving offense, I will not travel. I want to believe that the government is settling in. They made a promise before they came. They are trying to stick to their promise to the American people. And that's what is going on. By the time they settle in, when everybody has started obeying the law, they may have to relax some stuff and rechannel the money to something else. But right now, they are keeping the promise. Anyway, I hope nobody, I don't want anybody in my network or my community people. I pray for you, you will not enter any such hole. Because I imagine it's traumatic. Okay, so let's learn to listen. Green card holders can be deported for a felony conviction, aggravated felonies, or crimes involving moral turpitude, especially if they are convicted of multiple crimes of moral turpitude. These things are little things that many people will say, what is that? See, when we talk about this moral turpitude, it includes fraud, theft, assault, And you know, within the time you're holding green card, if you commit any of this offense, it could affect you. Honestly, breaks my heart. If I'm God that forgives sin, I will forgive those offenses. So, but for us to ride on it and begin to put fear out there on social media, on internet, saying every holder of green card, if you go out, you may be deported, makes me sad, because that's not true. So that's what I mean by it's a lie. I'm not saying there are no people with green card who deem themselves as not having any offense that has been affected. No, I'm not saying that. There are there. But if you read in between line of all the information, the titles are usually like, oh, you begin to panic. But when you read deep, you begin to pick out, oh, this is why, this is why. Let's be truthful now. There is God, though. Let's stop telling all those kind of lies. I still call it lie. When you don't tell the full truth, it's a lie. And yes, me, I deal with the situation with fear and trembling so that I don't fall into any of the drama. And I wish everybody would do the same. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I want to thank you if you've been my subscriber. I really want to thank you. Without you, I wouldn't still be here. But if this is your first time of stumbling onto my channel, please subscribe and join this humble team to build a healthy network that can share our real life experiences and encourage one another.